Chica Okafor sat beside the hospital bed and held her little sister's hand. Nneka's hand felt light in her palm, too light, as if sickness had taken away the small strength she used to have. The room was quiet, except for the soft sound of the ceiling fan turning above them. It moved slowly like it was also tired. Beside the bed, a drip stand stood close to Nneka, and the clear fluid moved down the tube drop by drop. Chica watched each drop as if it was counting down her hope. Nneka was only 14, but sickness had made her look younger. Her face was pale, her lips were dry, her eyes were open, but there was no brightness in them.
How are you feeling now?
I am fine.
You don't have to pretend for me.
I don't want you to worry.
Chica's heart tightened. She wanted to tell Nneka that she was not worried. She wanted to say everything was under control. But the truth sat heavy inside her chest. Nothing was under control. Their mother was dead. Their father had died years before that. Since then, it had been Chica and Nneka against the world. Chica had learned to be elder sister, mother, father, and friend. She had learned to smile when there was no food. She had learned to speak gently when fear was shouting inside her. But this sickness was different. This one was bigger than her strength. The door opened, and the doctor walked in with a file in his hand. He was a middle-aged man named Dr. Edze. He had a calm face, but his eyes carried the tired look of someone who had repeated bad news too many times. Chica quickly stood up. "Doctor," she said. Dr. Edze looked at Nneka first, then at Chica. "Can we talk outside for a moment?" Chica looked at her sister. Nneka's eyes moved from the doctor to Chica. "It's okay."
Chica, your sister's treatment must continue immediately.
I know, doctor.
If the treatment stops, her condition may get worse very quickly.
How soon do we need to continue?
Immediately, the next stage cannot wait.
Doctor, please. Can you give me a little time?
I understand your situation, but this is not something we should delay.
I will look for the money.
Your sister is young. She still has a good chance if the treatment continues. If you have any relative you can call them.
I will try.
Chica stayed in the corridor for a few seconds. She looked at the floor. Her slippers were old. One side had started opening at the edge. She remembered the last money she had spent. It was for Nneka's test. Before that, it was for drugs. Before that, it was for transport to the hospital. Every small money had entered this hospital and disappeared like water poured into sand. Chica pressed her lips together. No. She would not break down. Not here, not now. She wiped the corner of her eyes before any tear could fall. Then she returned to the room. Nneka turned to her as soon as she entered.
What did he say?
He said you are getting better.
But?
There is no but. Chica, it is the money, right? I knew it. Don't start thinking too much. You need rest.
I am the reason you are suffering.
Don't ever say that again.
You stop working full-time because of me. You don't sleep. You don't eat well. Everything's because of me.
Listen to me. You are my sister. Not a burden. Not a problem.
Hi, sister. I know. What if the treatment stops?
It will not stop. What if they send me home?
They will not.
What if I get worse? You will not get worse. How do you know? Because I will not allow it. You don't have money.
I will find a way.
From where?
She looked at the window. The curtain was faded, and sunlight entered the room in thin lines. Outside, people were moving on with their lives, buying food, entering cars, laughing on phones, going home. Chica wondered how the world could continue like that when her own world was shaking. "I don't know yet," she said, "but I will find a way." Nneka's voice dropped. "You always say that. And have I ever left you alone?" Nneka became quiet. Chica touched her face gently. "When Papa died, who stayed with you? You. When Mama died, who held your hand? You. When you first fell sick, who brought you here? You. So why do you think I will stop now?" Nneka looked at her and cried silently. Chica wiped her tears. "You are going to get better," she said. You will go back to school. You will wear your uniform again. You will disturb me with your books. You will complain that I am too strict. You will eat rice and still ask for more meat. Neka laughed weakly through her tears. You don't give me enough meat. Because you eat like 3 people. Neka smiled a little. That small smile gave Chica strength. Don't be afraid, Chica said. I am here. Neka nodded. But when her sister closed her eyes to rest, Chica's smile slowly faded. She sat there for a long time, watching Neka breathe. Then she quietly brought out her phone. Her account balance was almost empty. She checked it twice, as if the numbers would change if she looked well enough. They did not change. She went through her contact list. Auntie Stella. She had called her last month. Auntie Stella had said things were hard. Uncle Jude. He had not picked her calls since Mama's burial. Mrs. Lawal, her former employer. Chica had left the job when Neka's sickness became worse. Maybe she could ask for small help, but she already owed the woman gratitude for paying her last salary early. Chica closed her eyes. There was nobody. Not one person she could call and be sure help would come. Her phone vibrated in her hand. She opened her eyes. It was a message from her friend Amara. Can you talk? It is urgent. Chica stared at the message. Before she could type again, Amara called. Chica looked at Neka, then stepped out quietly into the corridor. She answered in a low voice. Amara. Chica, how is Neka? Chica leaned against the wall. She is weak. The doctor said treatment must continue immediately. Amara was quiet for a moment. How much do you need? Amara, leave that one. Don't tell me to leave it. How much? Chica rubbed her forehead. It is not small. I know. And I don't have it. Amara sighed. That is why I called. Chica became still. What do you mean? There is something I heard. What thing? Amara hesitated. Please don't shout. Amara, I don't have strength to shout. Talk. A wealthy family is looking for a woman. Chica frowned. Looking for a woman for what? For marriage. Chica removed the phone from her ear and looked at it, then placed it back. What kind of joke is that? It is not a joke. Amara. Listen first. Chica lowered her voice. I am in a hospital corridor. My sister is sick. Please don't bring nonsense to me. I know. That is why I am telling you carefully. Chica was silent. Amara continued. The man is from a very wealthy family. His name is Obina Nwosu. He needs a wife urgently. Chica's face tightened. Then he should go and marry his girlfriend. That is the problem. It is not normal marriage like that. What does that mean? It is a contract marriage. Chica blinked. A what? A contract marriage. Chica almost laughed. You mean fake marriage? Something like that. Amara, are you hearing yourself? I know how it sounds. No, you don't. Because if you knew, you would not call me with this. Chica, please listen. For what? So I will go and marry a man I don't know. It will only be for 1 year. Chica's mouth opened slightly. 1 year. Yes. 1 full year of fake marriage. Chica, calm down. No, answer me. You want me to enter a man's house and pretend to be his wife for 1 year? You will not really be his wife like that. It is just legal and public. There will be rules. Chica laughed once, but it came out bitter. Rules? Amara, do I look like someone looking for madness? I know it is strange. It is more than strange. They will pay very good money. Chica became quiet. Amara noticed the silence and spoke softer. I know you don't like it. I don't like it either. But Neka needs treatment now. Chica closed her eyes. Don't use my sister to push me into something like this. I am not pushing you. I am just telling you there is an option. This is not an option. This is selling myself. No, it is not that. What is it then? It is an agreement. You will act as his wife in front of family and business people. You will live where they ask you to live. After 1 year, you walk away. Chica shook her head, even though Amara could not see her. Why does a rich man need to pay a stranger to marry him? There is a family condition. What condition? I don't know all the details, but from what I heard, his late grandfather left something in his will. Obina must be married for 1 year before he can take full control of the family company. Chica stared down the corridor. A nurse passed with a tray. 2 women sat on a bench, praying quietly. A man at the end of the hall was arguing about bills. Everything around her felt too real for the kind of strange thing Amara was saying. "And he cannot find anybody else?" Chica asked. "He had a fiancée. Then what happened?" "He broke up with her." "Why?" "He caught her cheating." Chica said nothing. Amara continued. "From what I heard, everybody expected him to marry her. But after what happened, he refused. Now the family is under pressure, and the board is waiting. They need somebody quickly." "And you thought of me?" "I did not give your name first. Someone mentioned they wanted a woman who is educated, calm, and not from their circle. Someone who can keep quiet and follow the agreement. I thought of you because you are decent, and because you need help." Chica felt insulted and desperate at the same time. It was a terrible combination. "So because I am poor, I should enter fake marriage?" "No, because your sister may not have time." Those words silenced Chica. She looked back through the small glass on the hospital door. Neka was lying on the bed with her eyes closed. Her chest rose and fell slowly. Chica's throat tightened. Amara's voice softened. "Chica, I know you. You would rather suffer than do something that makes you feel ashamed. But think of Neka. If there is another way, take it. I will even follow you. But if there is no other way, at least hear them out." Chica pressed the phone to her ear. "What exactly will I have to do?" "I don't know everything. You will meet his assistant first, then maybe Obina himself. They will explain the rules." "Amara, this thing sounds dangerous." "It may be. That is why you must ask questions. What if he is a bad person? Then you walk away. What if I say yes and regret it?" Amara did not answer immediately. Then she said, "What if you say no and Neka gets worse?" Chica shut her eyes. That one entered deep. She hated it because it was true. She had carried many burdens before, but this one was different. This was not about her pride alone. It was about Neka's life. "I need time," Chica said. "There may not be much time." Chica opened her eyes. "Send me the details." Amara exhaled like she had been holding her breath. "Chica, don't celebrate. I said send me the details. I have not agreed." "I know. If anything looks wrong, I am walking away." "Of course. And don't tell anybody." "I won't." Chica ended the call. For a few seconds she just stood there. A contract marriage, 1 year, a man she did not know, a family she did not belong to, a life that could swallow her whole. She wanted to reject it immediately. She wanted to call Amara back and tell her never to mention it again. But then she looked through the glass again. Neka moved weakly on the bed. Chica remembered the doctor's words. Treatment must continue immediately. She remembered Neka's tired voice. "What if I get worse?" Chica gripped her phone tightly. "No," she whispered to herself. "You will not get worse." Her phone vibrated again. Amara had sent the details. Chica opened the message. There was a name. Kola Martins, personal assistant to Mr. Obina Nwosu. There was a phone number. There was a meeting time. Chica stared at it for a long moment. Then she saved the number. Her hands were shaking. She returned to Neka's room and sat beside her again. Neka opened her eyes slowly. "Who called?" "Amara." "What did she say?" Chica forced a small smile. "She said she may have found help." Neka's eyes brightened a little. "Really?" "Yes." "What kind of help?" Chica looked at her little sister's thin face. She could not tell her everything. Not yet. "Just rest," Chica said. "Let me handle it." Neka watched her closely. "Chica, don't do anything bad because of me." Chica's heart shook. She leaned forward and kissed Neka's forehead. "I will never do anything bad," she said. But as she said it, her eyes moved to the phone in her hand. She did not know if what she was about to do was bad. She only knew she was afraid. And sometimes, fear pushed people toward doors they would never open on a normal day. Obina Nwosu was not the kind of man people spoke to anyhow. Even before Chica met him, she could feel it from the way people mentioned his name. Mr. Obina, Sir. Oga, Chairman. He was young, rich, and already feared by people twice his age. He was the only grandson of Chief Gabriel Nwosu, the man who built the family company from nothing. After Obina's father died, The old man had expected Obina to slow down and build a life outside work. But Obina did the opposite. He buried himself in business. He stopped attending family visits unless it was necessary. He stopped laughing easily. He stayed in meetings late into the night. He spoke less and worked more. People said he was focused. His grandfather said he was lonely. Before Chief Gabriel died, he added a condition to his will. Obina could not fully control the family company and inheritance until he was legally married for 1 full year. At first, Obina thought it was a joke. It was not. The family lawyers confirmed it. The board confirmed it. His uncles and aunties started whispering. Some of them wanted him to fail so they could fight for control. That was why Obina needed a wife quickly. Not love. Not romance. Just a legal wife who would stay for 1 year and leave when the agreement ended. Everyone had expected that woman to be Vivian Adeyemi. Vivian was beautiful, polished, and proud. She had been Obina's fiancée. She moved like someone who already owned a place before anyone gave it to her. She knew how to smile in public and command people in private. For a long time, people believed she would become Mrs. Nwosu. But Obina ended everything the night he saw her with another man at a bar. Vivian had been laughing too closely with him. Then Obina saw the man kiss her. She did not push him away fast enough. To Obina, that was enough. Vivian cried. She begged.